Plant-based innovation meets Swiss sustainability. Impossible Foods' journey to Switzerland. Impossible Foods is a pioneer in the plant-based food industry. They offer plant-based alternatives that replicate the taste, texture, and nutritional value of animal products. Switzerland is an ideal market for Impossible Foods' next phase of growth. The country has a strong commitment to sustainability and eco-friendly practices, combined with a bustling economy and high consumer purchasing power, which creates a rich environment for introducing plant-based meat alternatives. There are increasing concerns about climate change, environmental sustainability, and health issues growing globally. Increasing demand for plant-based foods has also come about because of this. I'm going to show in this report the reasoning behind choosing Switzerland as a target market for Impossible Foods expansion and offering recommendations for successful market entry through food service collaborations, localized marketing strategies, and retail partnerships. Impossible Foods was founded in 2011. The Impossible Burger came about in 2016, where it gained more traction 5 years after the company was founded. Impossible Foods is now globally recognized for its innovation and sustainability, particularly in the use of heme, which is a compound that mimics the flavor of real meat. Impossible Foods aims to address persisting global environmental challenges by offering plant-based alternatives that require fewer resources and emit less greenhouse gases than traditional animal agriculture. Impossible Foods partnered with Burger King and created the Impossible Whopper to market in 2019. And since then, Impossible Foods has expanded into global markets such as Canada, Hong Kong, Singapore, Australia, and New Zealand. Successful retail launches in grocery stores and having products readily available in major U.S. retailers, such as Walmart and Kroger, have also enabled Impossible Foods to cater to customers cooking at home and dining out. The company's innovative approach has gained it a reputation of being one of the most recognized names in the plant-based industry. So why choose Switzerland as a target market? For geographic and demographic assets, it has a very Central European location, almost 9 million people in the population. It is bordered by major economic powerhouses such as Italy. Zurich, Geneva, and Basel are known for openness to innovation and international trends, which are three of Switzerland's major cities, and cultural diversity in food and open to experimentation with trying new things. For economic assets, Switzerland is one of the wealthiest countries globally. They have a very high GDP per capita and very significant consumer purchasing power. Switzerland's food and beverage industry is well developed and increasingly shifting towards sustainability and health-conscious practices. Consumers are actively seeking alternatives that reduce environmental impact, align with ethical considerations, and contribute to personal health goals. Consumers here are likely to invest in premium, high-quality products because of this. They are not a member of the European Union, but they have bilateral agreements with the European Union for market access and ease of trade. And Switzerland also has a very stable business climate, which is attractive for international investment. For cultural and social assets, Switzerland is a good target market because they have very heavy culinary traditions centered around meat-based dishes, with sausages, schnitzels, and bratwurst making up a lot of the menu. They have increasing awareness of environmental and health impacts, and growing demand for plant-based products is associated with lower cholesterol, reduced risk of heart disease, and improved digestive health. Swiss consumers have a very strong commitment to sustainability, and they are also among the healthiest in Europe, which aligns very heavily with the plant-based movement. Many consumers actively seek environmentally friendly and nutritious food options, making Impossible Foods an excellent fit for this market. In the political and legal aspects, they have a very stable political climate and are one of the most desired countries in the world for foreign investment and in business operations. Government initiatives and policies promote eco-friendly practices, and they have very strict food and safety laws. The Swiss Federal Food Safety and Veterinary Office regulations um, are where the labeling of genetically modified organisms, like so the yeast used in Impossible Foods heme production process, it may be very clearly required under Swiss law. So Impossible Foods will need to navigate these requirements carefully to ensure a smooth entry into the market. Their intellectual property laws are safeguarded, which can protect the heme technology patent that Impossible Foods has created in the US. And Swiss government encourages research and development very heavily. Market competition is very high for Impossible Foods in the Swiss market. There are other local and international producers that have already established a strong foothold in that market. Local Swiss companies do have the competitive advantage because Swiss like to buy Swiss. And Beyond Meat is a direct international competitor here, and they have had very strong success. So that will be a very, very direct competition for Impossible Foods entering into the Swiss market. One of the most for infrastructure and distribution, one of the most advanced infrastructures in the world is located in Switzerland. They have a very excellent railway, train system, hub for airport, for international airport, and for ground transportation. So this can maintain consistent supply chains for Impossible Foods, and it can reduce transportation costs and ensure timely delivery to ensure freshness of their products. Coop and Migros are two Swiss grocery store chains, and they are leaders in promoting sustainability. Ideal partners, so they are ideal partners to reach consumers and to build trust for Impossible Foods in this new market. For our business proposition, we are looking to expand Impossible Foods into the Swiss market and provide plant-based versions of things like bratwurst and schnitzel to help gain customer trust. This would be a good idea because there is very close proximity for European Union distribution into other countries and successful entry into international markets. Our products use 96% less land, 87% less water, and emit 89% fewer greenhouse gases than traditional beef, which are all assets for Impossible Foods compared to traditional farming practices. Impossible Foods is driving long-term growth in European products, importing their products, looking to do retail distribution, food service partnerships, and consumer educating and marketing on the new brand. By partnering with Burger King Switzerland, we would provide immediate brand recognition, consumer trust, and audience reach. We also recommend partnering with local restaurants and niche establishments and retail partnerships, such as Coop and Migros. They dominate the grocery sector and they already focus on sustainability and health-conscious products, so it would boost visibility and sales for Impossible Foods and would be very good partners. As for marketing and branding, Impossible Foods should launch marketing campaigns emphasizing the health, environmental, and taste benefits of their products in comparison to competitors. Ads and marketing should match Swiss values, and collaborating with Swiss influencers and environmental organizations can also increase visibility for the brand. There are a few market barriers to entry for Impossible Foods to get into Switzerland. Consumers are kind of skeptical of plant-based products and might be very skeptical of the genetic modification of heme. There is already a lot of local and international competition, as mentioned, and there's a small population of only 8.9 million people in the country, so it may limit the scale of operations. Switzerland also has extremely strict food safety regulations. In my research, I found that Impossible Foods has been trying to enter the European Union markets for quite some time now, but have had some process problems getting into the European Union in general, which includes Switzerland, due to their strict food and safety regulations by the EU. They're a little skeptical of how heme works and the ins and outs of that. Some of the solutions that we have to this are clear, transparent messaging to educate Swiss customers on the use of heme and what it is and the health benefits of it. partnerships with local health and sustainability organizations, and local research and development. We also recommend working very closely with Swiss and environmental and European Union regulatory entities in the environmental sector. We also hope to provide detailed scientific evidence about the use of hemes to increase transparency. There are many environmental and economic benefits of Impossible Foods entering the Swiss market. The Swiss plant-based food market is estimated at $200 million annually, and it can also stimulate local job creation, such as marketing, distribution, retail partnerships, and food service collaboration jobs. This would increase sales revenue for both the country and for Impossible Foods, and also offer 89% fewer greenhouse gas emissions, which is a lower carbon footprint, 96% less land use, and 87% less water than traditional beef production. There is a very high potential for profitability if Impossible Foods were to enter the Swiss market. As mentioned, there is a $200 million revenue base for the plant-based food industry in Switzerland. If Impossible Foods was able to capture even 1% of that market, within the first year of expansion, that would turn a profit for the company and net a positive cash flow. Over the next 5 years, the company could grow the market share to 3 to 5%, which would earn a $6 million to $10 million revenue annually. This does not account for any startup cost or operations cost, but that is still a very significant revenue. Consumers are willing to pay top dollar in Switzerland, which increases the potential to maintain high profit margins for Impossible Foods products. In year one, if 1% of market share was captured, that would be still about a $500,000 profit, like straight up cash flow profit for year one, which would be excellent. Year two, if 2% of market share was captured, that would be a $4 million revenue, not to account for operations cost. And in year three, if 4% of the market share was captured, that would be an $8 million revenue. So overall, this is looking like a 10 to 15% return on investment for Impossible Foods to enter the Swiss market. For long-term growth, Impossible Foods would be benefited by this European collaboration, and this could open doors for partnerships with other European retailers. Strategic centralized location with neighboring countries and large populations would benefit the Impossible Foods revenue stream. And Switzerland is not directly involved in the EU, but trade relations are very good, and it would be easy to move goods across Europe through this partnership. Burger King in Europe would also improve scalability and brand trust because Burger King is across the European Union. In conclusion, Switzerland is an excellent opportunity for Impossible Foods to grow their base globally. By finding ways to solve challenges such as strict regulations and competition, the company may build a strong foundation in the Swiss market. Switzerland is in the heart of Europe, which makes it a great hub for expansion and its efficient infrastructure network. Success in Switzerland will enhance Impossible Foods' reputation and open doors for other partnerships. This expansion can benefit the local economy by creating jobs, supporting Swiss sustainability goals, and generating strong sales. Impossible Foods products use far less water, land, and energy than traditional meat, aligning with Switzerland's environmental values. This can benefit the local economy and provide job creation. Expansion promises solid financial returns, as mentioned, and using a mix of strategies like importing products, partnering with major retailers and restaurants, and creating awareness through marketing, Impossible Foods can overcome challenges and establish itself as a trusted brand in Switzerland with significant return on investment. This means that Impossible Foods would be well positioned for success in the Swiss market. Thank you. Yay.